I said, sisters, I understand what you mean. I have it too. So all what we said to our sister is more important to explain, because that is what they call the government by you building from scratch. You know what Sister Nkiru just explained.
Sister
You understand?
Sister
About it. Thank you.
Sister Mary, you see, when they say legitimate, the people need to understand. The government is a legal government that has a law, a rule of law, a procedure. People need to understand when we say legitimate. These are government that has rule that supersede them, that guide them, making them legit into doing whatever they need to do to defend it. Because when you say legitimate, it's a rule of law, a law that has a procedure where a certain governance can defend themselves with that legitimacy. That is why there is a constitution that binds them. And so when people are saying that they are intelligent, they should understand what makes someone a government. Not even an organization has a law, but not like, but there are certain laws, and there are certain, those who read law, I didn't read law, but I know that there are classes of government, and there are classes of ventures, or maybe practitioners that has to do with law. When you are a government, there are rules and regulations that are in that binds that government, which brings about their law, their constitution, which makes them legit, which brings about the legal aspect of it. That is why when these things have started going on now, that is when the people also who has assigned those that our constitution now understand that these people now know what they're doing. Because until you begin to take these steps by bringing people to justice, because we are fighting against injustice, and that is why we need to show example, and that is why we are showing that example right now. That there are certain things you not to do, and there are certain things.
Okay, so
you understand?
Sorry, please. Can I come in? Can I come in, please? This is Emeka speaking. Please, can I come in?
Honorable Emeka, go ahead, please.
Okay. Now, thank you, my sister MK. Mazaki, my very clear brother.
Sorry, sir.
Emma said, thank you. Hey, I asked of you anyway. Now, the two of you, you and Mazaki, you know we have a lot.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, my brother. And my sister Helen, thank you very much. I know you are still listening. Maybe you are reading your books. It's an exam coming up. Meditate calm. Also the house, please. Yeah?
I'm still waiting for you.
Somebody stop. Yeah, no problem. I will come back to you. Okay, now, when you say legitimate, you are talking about, yes, being lawful, but that is recognized as lawful or accepted as lawful, then it is legitimate. I want to repeat, it is recognized as lawful or accepted as lawful, then it is legitimate. Because let us not narrow it down to what is in our mind regarding our government. Before something can be legitimate, what Mazaki might recognize as legitimate, I might say it's illegitimate because I don't recognize it as acceptable to me. I have not accepted it. Like all of us see the Nigerian state, for instance, is there with its own constitution. You know, we consider Nigeria as illegitimate. If you're a Biafran, the first thing is you consider Nigeria as illegitimate. That's the first thing. Our first argument is that Nigeria is illegitimate. Why? Because we have not accepted it as lawful. We have not recognized it as a lawful entity. And why are we saying so? We never accepted it from the beginning. It was trickishly introduced. So that at least is the simplest, bringing it down for everybody to understand. That is when something becomes legitimate to you when you have recognized it as lawful or when you have accepted it as lawful. Okay? Emerson, am I clear with that now? So, good. So a government now to have legitimacy means that that government will be recognized by those people as lawful or accepted as lawful to those people. Then that government becomes legitimate, basically on the ground level. Let us now go deeper. For a government, you know, I thank God for this definition. Thank you, Emerson. You see, what you have asked for is what people all over the world do not understand. Nigerians, to say the least, have no idea about it. That is why they are saying we are Nigerian and they are castigating us, they are fighting against us. Thank you, Mazdake, for that definition. It's just a group of people. They have authority to do what? Govern over a territory, make policies and that and that and that. Okay. Now let me ask you, can you now recognize that if you yank off that body, just move that body away, that group of people, move them away, you will see that actually the people will still be there. As many as they are, they will still be there. But that very institution is now departed from them. And the people will now realize themselves and start to act and to do things for themselves. But this group of people are sort of imposed on those people, on the peoples that form that same country. And then they start to use the resources of the people. They use what you have. They use the space. You can no longer move freely. You can't go to the water because they are in control. You can't fly above them because they are in control. You can't move along the road because you're in control. That is that is the meaning of government. And I've been trying to explain this to Nigerian youths because they see government, they see Nigeria as if it is God, as if it came from heaven, as if it has been from the earth. They don't see it as this very body that Master K defined. It's just a group of people who are there to just make policies, have authority over the people, and then start to use their resources. Yank off that, the people will still exist. But Nigerians don't know that. Consequently, they keep saying our leader, our leader. So I don't want to go that way. Let me just stop there. I just wanted to see, because that is a very big subject to discuss. So people will realize that these things are not like we can't do without them, what they are calling country and all that. That I want to stop there. Let us continue. Now, for the government to be legitimate, it means the people there who it is governing must recognize it as lawful. They must accept it as lawful. Now, how do they do that? They have a constitution. A government will always operate with a constitution. Okay, that is where we come to the crux of the matter now. Then the thing is, what is really a constitution? And how does a constitution itself become legitimate? Because anybody can write any document and impose it on people, and that claims legitimacy. So even a constitution itself must seek legitimacy, so that the government that owns that constitution will now become legitimate. If a government is operating with an illegitimate constitution, that government itself becomes illegitimate. I want to repeat. If a government exists, that is a body of people that have authority to rule over some people and make policies in that very territory, does not have a constitution, then itself is not legitimate. If that constitution is not legitimate, the government is not also legitimate. That is why you have what is called social contract. Emerson, you want to read? Check social contract. Now, and I want to tell you this, a legitimate constitution is not just a legal document. A legitimate constitution must be a social contract, and that will show, it will bear in itself the aspirations of the people, their values must be there. What the people want must be in that social contract. And the social contract is such a contract that people themselves willingly say we are entering into this agreement with this government that they should lead us. So a constitution now will become legitimate when it is more of a social contract. That is, people have a buy-in into it, the people have accepted it. When a constitution is not a social contract, it is a martial law, meaning that some people came and imposed it on some people. A constitution that is why this Nigerian one, you see the one they are talking about, they are saying 1979 or whatever they are saying, they say it's a military or whatever, that's what it is. Because it was made by it was imposed. It is not a social contract. A constitution that is a constitution must be a social contract. People, a contract between people and the government, that group of people Mazake was talking about, and then the people have agreed and said, this is our value, these are our values, this is our culture, this is our this and this, and we want it to operate that way. Look, you must give us freedom of movement, you must give us freedom of association, you must give us this and you must give that. So the people have to give the government the terms and conditions, and it has to be in the constitution. Where you have a constitution that is not a social contract, then it is a martial law. You are just imposing something on people. So now I have told you that, look, a government becomes legitimate when it has a constitution, and that constitution is what? A social contract. And then if the constitution is not legitimate, the government is not legitimate. Okay? All right, let us now take this. Having gone through this, let us bring it to the BRGIE. And I've said this several times. Remember when the PM was working on this thing? He invited so many people. All that time he was doing that, I was just looking at it, I was laughing. He would say, oh, governors, we are giving you this thing. You come up, let us do this. And those ones will just keep quiet. They don't want to know. He will give warning and say, let us do this. They say no. He will say, okay, come, let us pass a vote of no confidence. We'll pass. And then he drops that one. He was telling us all that time, okay, well, this thing I'm doing, they have their place. Then he will say, you pass this thing, and he will drop that one. Fine. Oh yeah. Oh, let's send the come, let us do this. They will say no. They will keep, and then he will say, okay, one of these, when that thing is expired, he will call again, and they will do another voting, and then he will pass it. He knew why he was going through all those things, you see. And then there were people who were already organizing a Biafra Republic government in exile after the war. He also invited those ones to go and ask him. Now, at least people can access him. He tried. All of them were running away. So he will pass every paper on them. Look, and all those things are there, that these people were all consulted. Everybody was consulted. Nobody will say he wasn't. Okay. At the end, he now came up with the charter. He started drafting the charter, and then the charter was prepared. Now, that charter is what? You have what is called, more like, to bring it home, power of attorney. They call it power of attorney. That's what the charter is more like. So the people now in that territory we are talking about, Biafra, have given BRGIE power of attorney. Say, go and get us our freedom. We are here for you. That makes it legitimate. Remember, I said legitimacy means you have accepted it as lawful, or you have recognized it as lawful. Consequently, that was why you needed people to vote that charter into place, and the people granted. When they say grant us a charter, go you can Google it and say grant a charter. That is, you are giving people the right, the power of attorney to go and do something. So that charter was the most powerful step, and in fact, the apex of all those steps he was taking, consulting people and saying, come, and they were taking it for a joke. Once BRGIE got that charter, it was done. The people had signified their recognition that this is law. They had accepted that this is law, and they had presented it to the world and said, this is now our law. This is what I commented when our sister Helen posted something. You are going to accuse somebody now of terrorism. Which terrorism are you going to accuse him of now? The person has a charter. Some people sent him to be talking. They told him to be doing this and that for them. And those people a particular territory in Nigeria gave him a charter and say, go and struggle for us. So how can you make that person a terrorist? And this very person and this charter are presented to the United States, where it is registered lawfully as an entity that is fighting for the independence and the freedom of these people who are saying we are caged, we want to come out of this block, and they're saying it through that charter and they are presenting it to. So how can you call that person a terrorist? Now, even if you present any document or whatever, photos or video or whatever you are presenting, and you are going there to present those things and say, oh, yeah, they were causing, is it him? Did you see him there? It is the same very people who say he should free them that are fighting with their enemies there now. So what part has that got to do with him? So you don't expect there shouldn't be strife there, because if there was no strife, they wouldn't have given him the paper now. They wouldn't have given him the right and the recognition to go and struggle for them. It was because those things were happening there. So people get scared of things. This is the cross of the matter. So you cannot start talking about it. If you say there is video, the video doesn't make sense because it is what is happening there. And it was that thing that caused those people to give him the charter and say, go and free us from this. So that, I believe so far, this is the cross of the matter, that the legitimacy of BRGIE is granted by the charter. And when the people were saying that, okay, the woman was in this, I said, she has to go and get the people again to give her a second charter. Because as far, and that will not be tenable, you don't give a charter to two people at the same time, the same territory. It cannot be recognized. That was what I told you. Remember when Elias came out and said, look at the people that saw. That is the truth. There is no other person that can go and bring another charter from that side because it's registered all over. So that's what makes this government legitimate, that the people who are mentioned as being the ones governed have given their recognition that this is lawful. They have given their acceptance that this is lawful. They have voted and said this is lawful. So it is a social contract. That charter is a social contract. And that, on that basis now, you can even now develop your constitution much later from that. That social contract, for even a constitution cannot be a constitution until it is taking the nature of social contract, in that the people have given the authority, they have got their buy-in into it. Even this zoo, the last time when they were calling, they said they were doing constitution. One man is always from Edo State told them that this constitution you are drafting cannot be legitimate unless it is subjected to a referendum. Referendum is one of the ways of making a constitution legitimate. Otherwise, it becomes a martial law. In Turkey, there was a time some years ago, 5-6 years ago, their president wanted to expand the powers or whatever of the president. They had to do a referendum on it because the people had to be the ones to vote for it. The people, a referendum, because the people have to agree that, okay, we now want the president to take this shape. That is a social contract. But the Nigerian constitution is not a social contract. It's a martial law. But BRGIE is not. We have the people's authorization that this is lawful. We have their acceptance that this is lawful. We have their recognition that this is lawful. Then that very government is lawful. Now, BRGIE is standing in exile, is saying, we are the people belonging to this same very state that is being held captive, which we want to free, which is United States of Biafra. But we are outside, we ran away from there, and we are here to try to meet the world to get this, as our people have given us this mandate. Behold, we have a government actually on homeland, which is that de facto. So the de facto strengthens the position of BRGIE as having the legitimacy from the people. So you see, this guy is smart. He's smart. The whole thing is sealed. He was working by a very systematic and highly sophisticated platform and structure. And that is what I got here. So far I stop here. Then as we continue, if there's any need, I can come in. Thank you very much.
Yeah. My brother, haven't said 100% that. That is more reason why those who are
I have a question.
gallivanting on social.
I have a question. I have a question for you, sir.
Oh, oh, okay, go on.
Yeah, because you have already answered my questions already when you were already making your submissions. But I think it is necessary for me to just, ask this question, for others to also learn, because you have really, taught us more about what legitimacy is all about, and I really appreciate that, sir. So with all due respect and all protocols observed, I want to ask, sir, why is it, was the charter legitimate and necessary at the time it was presented to we the Biafran people? Of course we supported that and we voted that. So I want to know, was it appropriate, was it legitimate when our government came up with the charter, when we know that definitely charter, when we know definitely we're still going to make use of the main official legal constitution, which is the constitution of Biafra, in the future, just like as every other countries has their own constitution. So I want to know, was it legitimate when our government, came up with the charter in preparation of our constitution and in preparation of our recognition and ahead of what we are still on the course for today? So I would just want you to make throw a little bit more light and at least educate us more on the reason why the charter was initiated to the Biafran people at the initial stage of this government. Thank you. And why is it so very, very important, and why we also hold it so dear, and we are basing on that to make sure that we pursue our recognition. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You see, the two of them are documents. They are legal documents that state the structure of operations. That is the relationship between the two of them, both charter and constitution. They are legal documents that state the mode of operation of what is being the authority or the institution that is having it. But there is a difference. The charter has the aim of, it has the nature of, like I told you, power of authority. A charter is, I am asking a people to give me an authority to stand on their behalf. You understand? So I am asking you, what is it? You are Emerson. I need to take a case for you at the United Nations. I need you to give me that authority so that when I go there, when they ask me, who are you standing for? I say Emerson. They say, how did he tell you? And then I will say, look at what he gave me. He gave me a power of attorney to come here. That is what the charter is. You understand me? But a constitution is for running an already established state or already established organization. It's an internal document of the organization for running itself. But the charter is a power of attorney. You need something to go and present somewhere. You cannot go to the United States with a constitution now. You are telling them how you are running inside. No, they want to know who sent you. How did you come here? Then you have to show them that there are people who sent me. You understand me? But a constitution is an internal document for running anything. A family can have constitution. Church has constitution. Choir has constitution. Everybody has constitution. And constitution even can be, both of them, even a constitution can be written or unwritten. But largely, the charter, somebody needs you to come and he wants to hear the voice of those people you are representing, telling him or her that they sent you. And the only way he can hear the voice of those people is through the charter. You can't go and present a constitution. It is when the charter is for another purpose, is for fighting to be able to present yourself to get what you want. When you finish, you now come in and write your constitution about how you wake up in the morning, how you are going to dress your bed, how you are going to eat your food, how you are going to have your account, whether your wife will have a separate account or that. But if your family, if somebody is going to stand for you, like your lawyer as a family, like in Kiru, you have to give her a document that Nkiru will be representing you at a place now. But your constitution about how you and your wife and children are running your house is a different thing. Do you know the difference now? That is the difference. So, okay, we started to develop a constitution as part of the process of the freedom fighting. It's not because we want to use that constitution to ask people to approve it. It's to show, the constitution is to show that we are prepared and we have the capacity to run the government. The constitution is not to go and give it to anybody. The charter you must give to people. But the constitution you are doing, preparing is so, look, these people can write a constitution and look at the way they want to run their constitution. When the people now read how you want to run it, they say, yes, this is a democratic, they actually want to run a democratic government because that is what you are claiming. So you have to show them that. You have to show them that, look, we are sophisticated. We can have a database that is like this. We can have an ID card that is like this. We can even run a financial institution that is. All those things are to show our capacity to be able to govern ourselves. They are not for the soliciting. It is the charter that is the instrument with which you are telling people that, look, we are sent and we have the backing and we have the support, the acceptance of our people that what we are doing is on their behalf and it is lawful. So, yes, they look like the same, but they are not the same. They have two different purposes. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, so go ahead. Finish.
Go ahead. Let's do it one after the other because he has already answered my questions. I just wanted to say that, which means automatically, which means our people never understand the potential and how important our charter it was, and they never knew that without the charter and as a government in exile that we can't have the constitution, because at least without the autonomy of the people, we cannot be able to project to the world. We are fighting for our recognition. I will not deliberate much so that our brother will not lose his line of thought of his question. Thank you very much, Emeka and Socrates. I really appreciate that, and I believe that other people have already learned more about what we mean by the charter and the reason why we are holding it so dearly. Thank you very much, sir.
Make our first clap. Make our first clap first. Okay. I think even both our enemies, they must come and learn, because the lawsuit is increasing the more. The lawsuit, I think, okay, I'm writing more because the lawsuit is increasing by the day. Because so my question is, so you answered the question, was the charter presented when was it the right time our PM presented the charter to the people? And your answer was yes, because it has the power of attorney. That it has it has an internal power. So I get it right. So meaning PM
If not, Onisi will ask his own question.
Emma's question is very practical and it takes time. Next time, ask very fast. We already see Gani Rubicon, not only. Let's go ahead, please. Thank you. Those others that are listening, please come to the mic. Rubicon, let us. We need our ministers. Equus is here. I greet everyone. Go ahead, Omar.
Honestly speaking, me, I don't need a question because I believe I understand what the government was doing and mostly what my prime minister was doing, because I will call him a man who foresaw tomorrow. Why would I say he's a man who foresaw tomorrow? Because if you see the incident that took place between the period of the time he was invited, see, something has to happen for people to understand, for something to go further. Now let me put us in another ideology whereby when he was in his government in Finland, there are certain things that they were not doing that they did now. One, not that the people were not going further to ask for his invitation or arrest, or the way the people may say it to be, but immediately he resigned officially. He knew why that constitution or that charter must take place before he's resigned, because that shows that Biafrans have wisdom. God impacted wisdom, knowledge into us, because he said, if we listen to him carefully, God gave him wisdom. He says, I had to search and know what brought about the downfall of men like Ojukwu, and what brought down men like Wazirike down, and also why the Biafrans were able to, sold off our supreme leader. And then he need to learn from them. And even when we had a dog in the house, there was also a reason for that dog to be there, because even Christ himself had a dog in his house, who was Judas himself. He knew Judas was going to deceive him. He didn't put him out of the system. God knows why they have to put these saboteurs in our midst, because in the life of the Jews, they must be saboteurs so that people could understand the rule of law and why certain things need to be put into place for certain things to happen. You see, in all this journey, if nobody has ever learned anything, that person must still be a fool, must still be a dreamer. In this journey, I thank Elohim for, because the more we are getting harder, also the front is going to get harder. Remember what he said before they came for him. He said, it's going to be difficult more. Master said it also. Many are going to sabotage. The spirit of BRGIE is in so many of them. And we need to keep expecting such things until the fullness of this legal constitutions take place. There must be people from different ideology that need to wake up and make us also keep looking at the legitimate of our constitution. I want to be grateful to Sister Nkiru and my brother Emerson and every other person that has been, so lenient and so nice to allow people, to put definitions and ideas, so that those vulnerable ones who are on so many platforms, you see, they need to understand why we are government, and that's why we are explaining these things every day by day, and so that they could understand that we are not coming here to play. The international body are listening to our spaces. There are people under different names listening to us. They know that, yes, these people know what they're doing. And they need to clarify these things even to a layman understanding, so that the people will not see that, oh, they just woke up and begin to petition people. No. These are their rights to defend what they represent. That is why it is legitimate. They have to defend it. They have to show it by written, by legally, otherwise. So we need to understand this. I am so grateful, my brother Emeka Sacrifice, for more explanation. For people like us at home, we know, we understand. That's why we are still where we are, because before we fall out or before you make a mistake, you need to put certain things into consideration. So I am grateful to all of you, because I don't have a battery anymore. In the next 20 minutes, I might go off. So I want you to keep doing it. Please make sure we fund, do the needful as little as we can, because whether you like it or not, it must come to be. It must be. We must be. So I'm grateful to everybody. Congrats and shalom, everybody.
Shalom. Before anybody will grab the mic, let me just quickly read out the meaning of this charter we are talking about, so that we can also come in and make our own different opinion. Let me just read from here. So it says, a formal statement of the rights of a country's people or of an organization or a particular social group that is agreed or demanded from a ruler or government. So you can go ahead. So that's what this charter is talking about. So even those of you that are ignoring charter, and shouting a different thing, you know, I just want you to understand that the meaning of charter and the meaning of charter is a formal statement of the rights of a people of a country's people, you know, or of an organization or a particular social group that is agreed by or demanded from a ruler or government. So we are in government. Thank you. Go ahead, the next speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Today I'm having, I don't know if it's weekend network used to jam, always jamming. I don't know. But it's so sad. Okay. Our mommy Mary can go ahead before I go to my next question. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Resistant. Thank you very, very much, Sister Nkiru. Oh, thank you very, very. I'm so believe me, I love it, you know. But I just want to talk into the topic because question has asked and answer just like what I want to say, but I don't want to repeat the words, you know, because that was when I saw the topic that brings me in here, you know. So my people, what makes government illegitimate, how you call it, you know, whatever, because matter of understanding is important. So my people, your recognition first. So I want to talk of the topic. Discuss what makes a government legitimate. BIAFRANS.
Legitimate, okay?
Legitimate. Maybe, as I think, yeah, of course. For your recognition, so that the leader of the world will know you are ready to build your nation. So that the people who think you are not exist, your voice will come out. You know, what will makes you legitimate is like for your government, he knows who you are. How you to build your nation. Example, it be in my mind. That is why I come in here. Sorry, my people. We have shelter. It's not just furniture. It's not just like that was what I come in here. I don't want to go back what we are discussing. I said it before. That show the whole world who you are, that you're capable to build your nation. They will sit down and watch because you already present something for them. You know, to you to build it and to you to start. Like the way we said it, even our leader said, when we start, we will start from scratch. That scratch, you don't want to be a fraud. You don't want to be like this Arabu Fulani, some kind of people coming out to make you confused. You know, our leader make opening to tell the whole world we can cover ourselves, we can take our own decision. What they did not think it like you have it. They make it very easy for us. So, my brother and sister, your chapter, your law, your command to tell the nation, this is what you read. This is when we are restored, you have to follow with it. Before when you restore your land, you have your voice for your brother and sister. So that not one word voice where you will say it. Your brother will plan to kill you, say you are enemy. You know, you will have your constitution when you know you're ready. The international world know. And anything they come out, come in, they know they will start from beginning. They will know, my Lord, you cannot come and lie for me. Somebody will come and not receive you. But you must do that when you restore, when you have authority in your own self, your own land. That is what I mean. You know, for that, this recognition, it means a lot for us. So, because that shows you that you are in the ending of international world. Your table, your matter, to sit in their table, to listen. That shows you that what our leader, Itare Kondo, is there. Our voice have to sit in international world in the table. To them to organize who you are. I feel for me and you is important. Sister Nkiruka, I'm so happy for what you're doing, for this world, believe me, because we will have to let our people know. By we shouting of funding, we must explain to them too why we are shouting of funding. Why you're telling the people to fund. It doesn't matter who you are, wherever you are. You must funding. Fund your liberation, for your restoration, for your coordination. Because without that, you go nowhere. Nobody will notice you. And when they ask you, you are a government. Yes, you are still in exile. You are Biafra Republic government in exile and homeland. We have our de facto. Everything is in book, where nobody would not deny you. That is why we said, when we see Fulani, you have to, don't be scared, because the world know about you. Even they are not talking. No be the way Nigeria tell you, the way you look, the more more you look, the less you see. No, our own is not like that. Their eyes, international world, because you're there, your matter is in that table. But how the capacity, you, what you say you can cover yourself, when Nigeria say you cannot, the rest people say you don't know. All these people say you don't know. But one person don't let the whole world say you know. How? By putting it in the book, 1,000 years coming. That is the history. Not by saying of the mouth. When Nigerians who come and don't brainwash all your brain, they said something today, tomorrow you don't forget. You cannot remember anymore. But our Itare Kondo, put it in the book. History, where you're hearing, is not by saying it. Because that's what Britain and the empire of Jihad was doing it to you. So they said it in the mouth, they cannot know. But some of the righteous people put it in the book. And your father, your mother still tell you that this is who you are. So right now, that is why they said our history, not by mouth anymore, is written there. Just like the word of Almighty God, He written there. And some of them where they deny, because you hear some of them, the spirit in you, He will not let you forget others. He will let you know in other ways or other means. So the chapter is the light, like our history, when our children, our fathers, our children will come out, they will start from beginning. They will not jump from A to go count Z. They will not jump from C, go count D. No, they have to start from beginning. Not what Obasanjo did for us. It's not what Britain did for us. It's not what Lord Lugard did for us. It's not what Usman Danfodio did. Well, all Biafran brain wash out, except to be Nigeria, one Nigeria. No, my people. You must discuss about your own life. What makes you be a man? What makes you be your own land? What makes you be your motherland? What makes you be who you are? By you believing that you can do it. By you believing this is my nation, I can build it. I can have a root. I can have, I can have a good covering of, if anybody sick, if you are not believing in in tradition or with roots, then you have good hospital where you will still know that if you go there, still roots. they use it and make medicine for you. There is no other way. Medicine no come for water from root to from tree, from nature. The hospital get from all the herb, all everything you're using with hospital, it come from roots. But when our forefather used that one to heal you, use them to bring your brain wash out. They deceive you not to take it. Original one or organic. Not the one they turn it to evil now. No, I know a lot of them now because where they notice it, they even use that one to kill you. But you have to still know yourself, who you are. Make them know you are now to let the leader of the world, 4 corners of the earth. No, you want them to notice you. You want the world to organize you, and spirit already know you. Then you want to let them know you can't hide anymore. By you funding. When you fund your vibration, you fund your coordination, you fund your vibration, you fund your restoration. And when you restore, you're free. Everybody is free. We raise our flag. Not only raising flag, say, oh, when we raise our flag, everything is ending. No. You go still get time to fight. To you to be really, really. When you raise your flag, you will still face battle. Yes, because people want to collect from you. Not due to, there is many things. My people, ending is very tough. But don't let people to confuse you. Fund. Your coordination is very, very important. Lobby. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you don't collect Biafra. It's just like that. No. America need to know you because you want to be in the world power. That you have to understand. You will not stand only Biafra. No. You want to be among of the world power where they go, invite our president, if you will be our soldiers, our Itare Kondo, because our king, he have a place, he have his own throne. You don't expect. He's a father of nation. Whatever things, you never know what nature keep for us. But what we need, that let the international leaders organize you, know that you are a person. Then you're capable to build your nation. You're fighting. To those one who don't want to call Biafra name, they should call Biafra name. You're fighting to the 4 corners of the earth to make sure you say you're a woman being, you have a right to live. And who will do that for you? It's not just by name. Now the lobby, now the international world will take that to the table so that you will be more mix of them. You'll be challenging them with economy. You will challenging them with whatever intelligence you know how to do it. They will not count you anymore like this Fulani from desert, where they use your name, your own blessed name, Biafra, cover Nigeria. Cover Nigeria in every way, like Nigeria is this. No, Nigeria is nothing. You, Biafra, they use you. They use your brain. Biafra want to show you how to govern, how to be a governance, how to make sure, say, yes, if you get like 2 or 3 people, they can make your life be better, giving you good road, giving you good hospital, giving you good light, giving you good water, giving you, life of platter of gold without looking for anywhere. Because you have it. You have it. And Biafra is ready. Biafra is ready to give it to you. Biafra is ready. Biafra government in Elza and homeland, when we restore our PM, Itare Kondo said, when we restore, when we restore, we can take us like, let me say, it cost like maybe 4 years. It can take us 6 years to build, to restore. to international world to recognize you, to people to say, oh, where are you? But now, we are not even know who you are. Just like our brother say here, your own land, there is deep villages where they are dying there. They don't even, me and you have to let them know that we are now in Biafra. So that time is coming. It takes time, my people. We don't want to be Biafra in the city. We want to be a Biafra, the whole Biafra land. It doesn't matter where you will enter. You will receive the light. But Arabu Fulani come in. Let you as Britain plan, as the empire of Jihad plan, to you to be a Biafra in Yoruba land, in any city, not in your own mother land. Confusion. Go and sit down and think what I mean. Oh, Biafra in Nigeria, just a name. What a shameful. Don't you know that if they don't succeed, they will fight you well. And when they fight you, and you have to fight them tooth and nails. Yes. Because when you don't leave your pot of gold for them, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, another person come to take care of your compound. You don't know what you have until you remove it from your hand. Later, you will run and go and fight to collect that thing. It will not be easy. It will not be easy. When you allow so beautiful things out of your hand and go to give innocent man, and you, where you won't go collect for that person, you don't know, it will be difficult to you to collect it. Now, so you want to check of it. Because when we are calling government and governor is deal with discipline. Deal with discipline. We have command, it's just like in the Bible, like you have 10 commandments. And so, you see, the politics, it did not start from today. It did not start from you. 10 commandments, what did you mean? Even Jesus Christ said, obey, no obey. You know, obey this, but don't obey this. Believe in this, but don't believe in this. 10 commandments, and we too, to show you Biafra building from scratch. You have 10 commandments, you have the rule, you have the control. By no one can deceive you. And not only me and you, now the international world, where they shout to come and rescue you. They give our government the right today to go and establish it. So that you will be, you don't understand, you understand it. I will not come to tell your people what to do. You're going to tell your people what to do. You don't ask, I give it to you. If you like, do it tomorrow. If you like, do it next tomorrow. If you like, do it 20 years. All is for your hand. All is for your hand. And then are you to give them, to show them. Instead of that, we are here, you where they shout, we are here asking what government will do, what this one will do, what money like this. But they're asking you, please, can you do it? Can you just bring that 10 a gemma, bring that 5 a gemma, bring that 1,000 a gemma, bring that IOU loan, your money, you loaned, but now still your money, because I don't see where you see, give your money, say 5%, 10%, 10%. No, you know, this one, give the money, I'll give you back. You don't give me the money, you just in that time I didn't need it of it. And when you give me, I return it double. In which government where they fight, even Israel, as they are fighting, do you see that kind of thing before? No, it's not exist. But Biafra land, because we are capable, you know we are light. Person like Mary, I swear to my life, if to say I'll get that kind of money, and I know I will do my own. I know no matter any small one, oh, is happy for me. Not be only that one, I will be happy to be among of them, you know. So you, where you get, sorry to say it, oh, please do it. If you don't like your life, like your grandchildren life. If you don't like your own life, like your children life, like your grandchildren. Maybe you don't get mama again, but think of how your mama take die. Did he die in good way? Or did hospital there if he was sick? How Nigeria take penetrate you? Is it by your mama seeking to go to the hospital? Or is it by your uncle to need help? He cannot have where a government, if not here, they save life before money. Think Nigeria can happen for you at any time. Or being hungry, you cannot buy one cup of gari to eat. You know? Why here? If you don't have, you cannot sit hungry. You have where to go and get food free. Even food where no good, oh, then go change them to be good for your system so that you will not die, they will not spend their money. You see? Yeah. A food where expired, you go carry and say, where to get food stuff in government. Food don't expire, then go change them to be a new one. Grind and bring some kind, mix and wear. Give it to you. Before you go sick, if you reach like 40 years or 30 years, now you know. So I know God, I know want to go that, but I'm just telling you guys what is happening, So Biafra tell you your organic is very, very important for your life. They collect your fresh food. It's very painful, oh, my people. I'm telling you guys the truth. You will get better son, your cassava. Then you go import. You forget that they are killing you. In short, then go use different kind of thing. Oh my goodness. Biafra, we no go there. But please, form your coordination so that they will organize you, the leader of the world, the empire of Jihad, to no way that they cannot kill you anymore. Form your liberation, your angel, so that Nigerian Sioux government, Sultan Sokoto, he will know that he have no rights in our own land to kidnap our young girls, to pregnant them. When they pregnant them, they will be born in terrorists. They hear me? Their own Fulani children will be in Europe. But your own daughter, when they kidnap, they will send them to bush to become an animal by force, by power, because you have no use. If they cannot sell you, they will turn you to a milk machine, baby milk machine for terrorists. Fulani, to they born all those children to come and destroy you because you're meaningful. Even your children where you born for themselves. Now them where they go send to go and beg as a majiri. Now them where they go send to go to come to the east, to your land to kill you because they are no more human being. All this your in here, those soldiers in the road, those killer men, where we foot soldiers clothes, that animals evil Jackie. Don't you know that all those children were standing in the road because I saw it in YouTube. I saw it in the media where children they run with young girls with stomach, where soldiers around. They are selling fruit. All those children were pregnant, all those young children. Don't you know that all those soldiers, they don't, destroy their life, finish. Those one where they born, don't you know that now Fulani then they born, keep there? They are coming from desert. Why they are sending your own soldiers, your own children to the north? Make Fulani, they kill them. And Fulani from the north, they come to our whole land, block the road, pregnant your own children by you sending them by hungry, by them hawking in the street. Imagine how 6 years old, he will be hugging without no food. Imagine where 10 years old child, a baby girl, where their body is coming up. You send them to go and mix with demon. Ah, my people. Ah, Biafra. We have to wake up, my people. The war is not by only coming by gun and shoot. It's different tactics. It's different way. Different kind of system. Arab, Nigerian Fulani empire of terrorists, Boko Haram, ISIS, name it. Every kind of killer and something of destroy.
We don't fund our army, please. Can someone make that correction, please? For now, we don't fund our army. Please.
I said our liberation
Thank you.
army and our decolonization. That is what I said, man.
Huh?
Our decolonization and our liberation
Okay.
soldiers. Yes,
No, we
that is
don't
what I
fund
said.
our.
No,
We
no,
don't
no,
fund
just
our.
the recognition is okay, Sister Mary. Okay.
Okay, no one to
Thank you.
answer the army. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
ma.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
So yeah, thank you. So our decolonization is very, very important, my people. We must, because without that, you go nowhere. All the country do this. All the country, all the whole world did what you did, except Africa. Africa, why they did not do it? Because they have the tools from our mix. Enemy between your father, your Iwe, your politician, your government, your governors, the European find them. The enemy, the slave master, to make sure say they continue to keep you for that intellectual of slave. So, my people, you must fund your coordination. You must fund it so that the rest of the world will organize you. They will know that you're a woman being. Yeah? Thank you very much. Today is our fundraising. You must come in there, my people. Nobody say you must, so I'm not begging you, but you have to notice yourself. Without this, you are no man. No man will come and rescue you. No European will come and rescue you. No India will come and rescue you. No African nation will come and continent will come and rescue you. No UE will come and rescue you. None, because they are feeding from you. They are feeding fat from you, while your blood is praying in Biafra land. So, my people, you must discuss about this. How you to make sure say you organize yourself, to make sure say other country must notice you as a woman being. Sister Nkiru, thank you very much for this topic. We must continue. Let our people know. Biafra that is the Biafra will give you hospital you're calling out, crying. Biafra will give you light 247 you're asking for. Biafra will covering you with the way they know government how to take care of their citizen. It doesn't matter where you are. Biafra will give it to you. Biafra will make sure say if your children finish school, he have education from A to Z. He will not be suffering. He will not turn his brain to Yahoo to go and make 419. Biafra want to give you not a fraud, but original, organic living. That is what we are crying for. Please, my people, I'm so hungry for that. I'm so Mary, true to God Almighty, who great me come this earth. I'm so hungry for Biafra to be, to recognize and to restore. And Mary, anywhere I won't go in Biafra land, as my promised land, I will be free. If my children want to go anywhere, say, Mama, I want to go to your land. Hey, it will like now your land to, I would like to go to your land. I would like to see, I will say, go there. Go, you will enjoy. I have son. I have everything you like to, to feel your life free. If me, I want to be there, I will be free too. But you understand that I don't ask for much. I just ask for natural life where God Almighty give it to me. And you want to take it from me? Believe me, if you stand for my way, I will kill you. To God, I have no mercy, I will kill you. Nobody will say it. Because I know what I miss. I know what I miss my natural land when I will remove my shoe, my slippers, move with my empty foot. That is what I'm hungry for. Go to the bush and see the beautiful nature without no sick. Can't you understand what I'm hungry for? I'm not hungry for material things. I'm not hungry for those things. I'm hungry for the beautiful hair and life to live and me to live free. You can do whatever things you want to do. Don't threaten me. Don't threaten the nature. Don't threaten what God Almighty. Give it to me. Because you're making my life in risk. And me, I will not go agree. Oh. Believe me, you too, you not go agree. I mute my mic here, my people. Thank you, Ruka. Please, I hope you will see my sister Ejem Madi. Thank you.
Yes, I'll check it. I will miss it.
Sorry, Nkiru, please, can I add something?
Yes, please.
Okay. Like was saying, Nonso and Emerson, if you go to the comment section, you will see where I brought out the definition of the charter. It's a written grant. It is not just the document. It is a grant. You know, grant is an authorization. You understand me? It's a written authorization, written grant. Grant, that word grant is very important. Like I told you, grant a charter. So you have to give the people, like it's something permission given by the sovereign or legislative power of a country. Now, sovereign or legislative power power of the country in this case is that de facto government and the people of Biafra land who voted to legitimize the charter, okay? Now, by which a body, that is, a body in this case is Biafra Republic Government in exile, is founded, or its rights and privileges what? Defined. You understand me? So that gives defines the rights and privileges of the Biafra Republic Government in exile, what is said for. And this was voted for by the people. You understand? Now, when you are talking, some people now say they have a constitution. You see, if you have a constitution, you mean, yeah, if you have a family, yes, you can have a constitution. Of course, you can have within you you can have it written or agreement, or however you and your wife and children want to live. You have a constitution there. That means the family is already established. Then you can have a constitution running that family. If you have an association, even a village association, the village already exists, it is there, it is established, and you can have a constitution. You cannot have a constitution hanging. The Biafra Republic Government in exile can have its constitution. And of course, its constitution is already inside the charter. So its constitution is also contained, how it runs, how it is to be operated. But it is for the Biafra Republic Government in exile. Now, to have a constitution for the state, the free state of Biafra, that constitution can only operate in the free state of Biafra. Now, in the free state of Biafra, if you have a constitution and you say this constitution belongs to this very country, okay, number one, where is your bar? If you say you have a USB constitution, where is your bar? Nkiru here, I believe, was called to the bar. Nkiru, am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Okay, so where is the bar now of the people that have constitution? Where is their bar? Where is the ministry? And where is the area of jurisdiction, the country which that law is operating? You don't have a country, you don't have a bar, you don't have a ministry of justice that is operating within an entity, and then you are saying that you are having a constitution. What is the constitution for? Constitution, like I told you, is only preparatory to show our capacity to be able to do this. It is not as if you already have. The Biafra Republic of Government in exile has its own rules and the bylaws and everything. They are in the charter. But the charter itself is granted on the basis of what they are supposed to do. That's why it is saying that it's a grant. It defines everything. That is, it contains its own constitution. That constitution is for the Biafra Republic Government in exile. But if you're not floating a constitution and you say that constitution is for the country, then you have to have a bar now. You have to have a bar association. You have to have the ministry where you have to have the judges supreme, all the levels of your court, the junior ones, the appeal court, the Supreme Court, all of those, you will have them there. Now, when you have such a constitution, you are running the country.
Okay, sir, I have okay. Sorry, let me add through this question so you can continue. I
Mm.
think it's in line with what you're saying. So, what are the consequences of illegitimate government, so to say?
Well, when you have an illegitimate government, the consequences are very simple. They won't be recognized because, like I said, thank God I defined also legitimacy from the fact that it's accepted as lawful, it's recognized as lawful. So once it is illegitimate, then it is not recognized as lawful. It is not accepted by the people. Consequently, the result will be you will have revolt by the people against that. And you will also have lack of rejection and of acceptance and rejection by everybody. That is what it happens. So it cannot stand anywhere, both in law and within the citizenry. The people will not recognize it. That is what it is. When you have,
So running.
yeah, people have, sometimes you have had partial martial laws in some countries, and people are actually fighting against that. You see, that's what this stupid slave child of a slave in the United States was trying to make the Burkina Faso government to look like, oh, they don't have the legitimacy of the people. This, in fact, what we are talking about has been the instrument and the tool with which America has been manipulating the world. They tell you you have to have a democracy, and they define what is democratic and what is not. They define human rights, and they choose who is supposed to have right and who is not supposed to. That is what has been happening. So when they say this place is not democratic, they go there and they change the government. They have overthrown government in more than 100 countries in this world. They are the most violent people in history, overthrowing government all over the world. They say they are not democratic because they are saying that those people do not have the legitimacy. That is another thing that happens when the government does not have legitimacy. But in their case, they don't have the right to go to anybody and define for the people what is democratic and what is not. Because I can tell you here, take for instance, they are making it to look like democracy is only defined by them. Democracy is only defined by some people putting some papers in a ballot box. That is not true. We have had democratic settings, democratic government and structures in place even before their method of having partisan politics and throwing papers in boxes came up. I can tell you, let's look at, for instance, we Igbos, we used to, and we still have people coming from representing families. From families, we have those representing the little kindred. You pick somebody from your kindred to the center, and all the kindreds gather at the marketplace. From there, they gather at the village. We have people representing the village at the Oha. That is a couple of villages put together. They can be 8 or what at the Oha there. And there, they will now elect a chairman there who will be more like a prime minister. So this structure of having a prime minister, we actually taught them. It is our structure as Igbo people. But they don't understand it. They say, oh, our structure is complex. Meanwhile, what we are using is parliamentary. And we have a prime minister there at the center, who we recognize as the chairman. And that to us is democratic. Now look at the Yoruba. The Yoruba, what do they have? They have an Oba, and the Obaship is hereditary. You come from that family. Are you telling Yoruba people that that is not democratic? After all, the democratic is the government of the will of the people. It's the way the people want it. If the people say it has to be hereditary, that is democratic to them. So supposing some people say, okay, they want a military man whom they rightly accept as being their leader. How can you tell them that that is not democratic until they put papers in the ballot box? They want to be determining what happens everywhere. But the people themselves have to define what is acceptable to them. They have to define what they recognize as legitimate. So it is not anybody. That's why I thank God for the definition I gave. The legitimacy is of the people, by the people, and for the people, because the people have to recognize that as acceptable. They have to also express their decision as to the level of acceptability. That is what makes it legitimate. Thank you.
Okay. Here is another question, because when you said constitution is it must have a social contract that must
Yes.
be accepted by the people.
Yes.
And when it does not, that it becomes a martial contract,
Yes.
right? Okay, so I'm coming back to legitimacy now.
Yes.
Like, what are the factors, the little challenges affecting the legitimacy of authority? The little challenges, because I believe must have little challenges.
Okay. That is, the things that the people desire. The things that the people desire are the things that make it legitimate. When you say a social contract, is people giving up their rights to certain things and saying, okay, we want you to control this. You can have control over this. That is why it's a social contract. The people, the society, that's social. Now, making a contract with some group of people, that same government we are talking about, that body that is more like an appendage on the life of the people. In fact, look, this is what Nigerians don't know. These their stupid youths that are here. I keep talking to them. They don't understand. The Constitution, Emerson, Constitution is not a property of the government per se. Constitution actually is a property of the people. It is an attempt, an instrument by the people to control the government rather than an instrument or a tool for the government to control the people. This is what Africans do not understand. I repeat.
Hey, brother, please, I beg, before this we escape so that he will join it, please. A sample, please join this. 99 Constitution of Nigerian Sub Government. Of the same thing Arabu Fulani trying to do, and everyone trying to. Can you explain this to them too? Thank you very, very much.
I will come to that. Let me just finish this. Emerson, see, Constitution is a tool, an instrument of the people to control the government rather than a tool or instrument of the government to control the people. Yes, you can see that the arms that actually execute the provisions of the government of the Constitution are within the government, so to speak. But the Constitution is created by the people. The Nigerians, these youths, they don't understand it. Okay, let me ask you, Emerson, think, what other name do they call people in the houses of assembly, senate and rep? There is a nickname or some kind of acronym they give to them. They call them lawmakers, isn't it? Am I right, Nkiru? Am I wrong?
Yes, they are the lawmakers.
They are the lawmakers, okay. And those members in the House of Assembly and House of and Senate, who are they? They are the people. They are the people. They are representing the people. They are not representing the government. They are the people. You see, you have 220 million idiots here. You cannot gather 220 of them at Abuja. So you have to have their representatives to speak their mind. Whatever they want, they will tell those people. And so when you are seeing Senate and House of Assembly, you are seeing the people. You understand? If you have seen those House of, you have seen the whole 220 million. So the 230 million people are the ones making the law. They don't know that the law, the Constitution they are talking about is their own property. It's not government.
You're muted, Emeka.
Okay, so the Constitution, that's why you see the Constitution. When you have seen all those people in the house, you have seen the whole 220 million. That's the implication of that. Like when you get people from the villages, from a village, and they represent Adioha, you have seen all the people. Now that is how we have our own government is Ohanese, which means our government, the Oha, is also the Eze ship. Because when you have seen those people gathered there, it is the people. So, and we rule by everybody, and everybody is those representatives there. So that is when you see the assembly, those members of that house is everybody. Is the people there, and they are the lawmakers. So the people are the lawmakers. That's why when you look at any constitution, like you asked me now, remember what you just asked me, the constitution, you will see somebody is saying freedom of speech. Who is asking, who is talking about freedom of speech? Is the people. It is not the government that wants to give you freedom of speech. Let alone they won't give you. It is the people that are saying, look, okay, now that is how the social contract works now. The social contract, the mechanism for it is this. The people are saying, okay, we don't mind you coming to impose yourself as a structure over us. So, but what we are saying is you must give us freedom of speech. You must give us freedom of association. You must give us freedom of worship. You must allow us to do this. It's not government that is saying that. It is the people that are saying, those are the things that actually make the thing to be a social contract, because the people are the ones saying that. If you as a people say you want to walk with your hand on the ground and your leg raised up and you put it in the constitution, so it will be.